What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Bluff Guy. Hey! And today we are back with another One Piece reaction. We will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1059. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Also, follow me on Twitch so you could catch these live streams live in real time and you could engage with me. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook and join the Discord. Join my community, the Discord, especially if you want to engage with me personally. Tell me some of your theories, talk to me, whatever, or just talk about other anime or whatever, manga. Doesn't matter. But yeah, anyway, y'all, today, the official drop. Y'all know, this is official chapter Sunday, so we gonna get into it. Alright, so today we will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1059. And the title is The Matter Involving Captain Koby. Oh, so I've been hearing a lot of hype about this chapter. Good thing I haven't really been spoiled on much. I've been avoiding spoilers like the plague or like monkeypox out here. I'm just saying, I'm not playing with these spoilers, man. Y'all gonna keep these spoilers away from me. But luckily I haven't really came across any spoilers. I mean, I kind of know, I kind of just telling about some people on YouTube, like some of the YouTubers, some of their thumbnails and stuff. I kind of have an inkling that it might be about like Boa, possibly Koby, like maybe their situation. I don't really know anything about it. Like, I haven't been spoiled on it other than just understanding the premise of it. But we gonna get into it. Man, I'm excited, man, especially after last chapter, bro. Last chapter was fire. Yo, especially the whole cross guild stuff. Oh my god, I'm still hyped off of that one. So I'm definitely hyped off of this one. So let's get into it. One Piece, chapter 1059, the matter involving Captain Koby. And we get the cover page. It said German 66 an Emotionless Excursion, Volume 18, Caesar's Hallucination Gas. And we see Katakuri and Oven punching each other. I don't know if like they were both going in for a punch thinking it was the Vinsmoke children, the Vinsmokes, and they end up clashing with each other, or if they're actually like fighting each other, right? Like they both think the other one is the Vinsmokes, so they're like fighting each other. So I don't know which scenario it is, but we both see the two clashing, which is pretty funny. Anytime we get something with Katakuri, I'm pretty psyched about it. And let me say this. I think Oven is a very underrated character when it comes to the Big Mom children. Because Oven was putting in work. Like the whole Cake Island, he was taking a lot of initiative. Like we see Smoothie, who is a sweet commander. She wasn't doing much, right? Like she's a sweet commander. She was just kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oven was being proactive though, so I gotta give Oven credit. Katakuri, of course, was proactive. Even Cracker was proactive at to a point. Dafugu a little bit. He was a bit proactive. Peril Sparrow is another one who was pretty proactive too, especially how he had to distract Big Mom that whole time, bruh. But Oven was proactive. He was making moves. I feel as though he should be a sweet commander if we being serious. He could take like Snack spot or even Smoothie spot. But anyway, I don't want to like go too much on that. But yeah, so they both look a little shocked. So I think they're aware of that they're punching each other, and it wasn't purposeful. So yeah. So obviously the Vinsmokes escape. Hey, Caesar helped them get away. I think we all kind of predicted that. I'm just curious where this is going to lead because this cover story has been going for a minute at this point. So I'm curious on where this is going to lead. You know, I have my theories. I've talked about them before plenty of times, so I don't want to beat that bush. Let's get into the chapter though. All right, so we're on the Straw Hat ship, and it says they are near Whitebeard's hometown, Sphinx, the New World. So yeah, one of my good friends on here, he was definitely right about where they were headed next, Sphinx Island. One of the Straw Hats says, well, so long. Thanks for the ride. What you aren't going or what you aren't going to join our crew, Marco? He said, haha, don't be crazy. And then we see Marco. He says, I've spent enough of my life babysitting big time pirates. and then we see the red hair pirates. So that wasn't the Straw Hats. That was the red hair pirates. They're near Sphinx Island. And then we see the red hair pirates. You know, we see Lucky Roo eating Shanks and what looks to be Ben Beckman in the background, waving Mark off. It says, whatever. I'm not a handful. Tell him, Beck. And then Beck says, he's a handful. And then Lucky Roo's laughing. And so Marco hitched a ride from Shanks. Like, he hitched a ride. Like, he caught Shanks outside of Wano, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? Like, how did he catch Shanks? You know? Like, how did he know? Like, did Shanks hit him up like, hey, bro, I'm outside of Wano if you need a ride? Like how was that? Like, how did they link up? So, Marco says, see you later. And then we get kind of a flashback. It says earlier in time in Wano. Okay, so maybe we actually see Marco meeting up with Shanks. So somebody says, oh, you're not going with us? Come on, let's be pirates together. You can't do this to us, Yamato. And so this is like the Straw Hats of Yamato. This is when they was talking about, see, hey, at least I knew she was Straw Hat potential. I knew it at least, but she chose not to go. So yeah, Yamato says, you know what happened, don't you? And he says, when that woodsman attacked, it was someone's incredible hockey that kept him at bay and saved the country. And somebody says, Kaido's not around anymore. And they said, but next, it'll be guys like him coming after Wano. And Yamato says, I can't just turn my back on everyone now. So yeah, so we're starting to see why, like, you know, Yamato, pretty much Yamato's refusal. And there's a lot of theories out there that said, you know, based on Yamato's devil fruit, right? That Yamato was going to stay and act as the protector of Wano. I guess her devil fruit is based on the protector of Japan or something. I'm not too sure how that works, but you know, or I'm not too sure of the mythology of it, right? Of her devil fruits, the animal or the mythological creature her devil fruit is based on. So, but supposedly he's like this protector of Japan. So, based on that, a lot of people speculated that Yamato would stay in Wano. And they was right. I'm even though I'm a little disappointed she ain't joined the crew. I think the Straw Hats is about time that, you know, they get that final crew member. But let's continue. And then Yamato says, I can't just turn my back on everyone now. And then she says, you can't go adventuring if you're not worries in the back of your mind, right? Or if you got worries in the back of your mind, right? That goes for me and for you. And then Luffy like, what? I don't worry about nothing. That's probably what Luffy thinking. Yamato says, I want to be part of your crew. Call me your crewmate. Or I want to be part of the crew. Call me your crewmate. So it's gonna be like one of those honorary crewmates where she join later down the line, I guess, kind of like Jinbei, right? Kind of like quote unquote Vivi. I never really considered Vivi a full on Straw Hat, but she technically kind of is, I guess, honorarily, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but Yamato, I see her as an actual crewmate that can actually be on the ship and contribute. I don't see Vivi in that light, even though they did say she was part of the crew. And Luffy says, "Yeah, I get it, but I guess this way is more reassuring for us too." And then they say, "Take care of Momo and the others for us, then." And Yamato says, "I will." So technically, she's part of the crew. I guess she's part of the crew. You know what I'm saying? I guess she's part of the crew. We see Zoro says, "Just remember that Momo's got a lot of pride, Yamato." And then I think it's Luffy. I think it's Luffy saying, "I know I'm going to search for something to keep myself busy." Okay, that was Yamato talking. And then we see somebody say, "Yamato." Is that Sanji? I feel like that gotta be Sanji. That gotta be Sanji. So we got Marco, and Marco's flying over the Straw Hats and Yamato, and he says, "Straw Hat," or "Hey, Straw Hat, there's a ship nearby. That'd be perfect for me to hitch a ride on. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce soon." And then Luffy says, "Marco, so you're leaving, huh?" And then Marco said, "That's right." So did Marco know that was Shanks? You know what I'm saying? Did Marco know that was Shanks? He just ain't want to say, "Hey, I see Shanks over in the background. I'm gonna go catch a ride with him." Like he ain't want to tell Luffy that. Did he know it was Shanks, or did he just see a ship? It was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go see if they could give me a ride." Or I'm curious. I feel like Marco kind of probably like. I feel like Marco knew who it was, but maybe he didn't want to tell Luffy who it was because he might have known the dynamics of Shanks and Luffy's relationship. I don't know. But we see back like a even further flashback back of Marineford where Marco says, "That's Ace's brother, and go, Jinbei." And Luffy says, "Hey, you saved me during the Paramount War, didn't you?" And he says, "Thanks." And then we see Marco talking to Jinbei. He says, "At the time, we all just jumped into action to do it. Why do you suppose that was, Jinbei?" And Jinbei says, "It was so long ago, I've completely forgotten." Wow. And then Marco says, "I'm sure Ace is delighted to see how much you've grown since." And Luffy smiling, "So you think so?" And then Marco flies off, and he's thinking, "This next era belongs to you guys, so keep your wits about you." And then Luffy says, "Sure, so long." And then we're cutting back to the current time, and we see Marco flying to what looks to be Sphinx Island. After Shanks drops him off at this island, and we cut to the island of women, Amazon Lily, the Calm Belt. So we're getting some boa stuff. Like I kind of knew he was gonna get. Okay, so someone says it's been ages since men invaded us so heavily. The damage to the town is so severe, or is severe. The Navy will always come as long as I am here. Where am I to go? And then we see Boa, and she sighs. It says, at this point, I just want to be married to Luffy. Yeah. She over here, she over here fantasizing about my man's. She's fantasizing about my man's Luffy. She try to get that gumu gumu no. and then, and then we see that old lady. I forget her name. She's like the advisor to Boa, and she says, "You mean at every point?" Facts, facts. Oh, okay. I just see a page full of just so much stuff. I don't know what's going on. I just know I see Blackbeard. I see Blackbeard, so boy, Blackbeard. That's all that needs to be said right there. Black freaking beard. It said weeks earlier. So okay. I guess this is the I guess this is the Kuja Island. I guess this is Boa's Island and stuff. All this happening, and we see like ships outside the coast of this island, and it says, someone says, we've breached the gate. Ah, the Kuja are fighting back. And then we see some of the vice admirals. We see Vice Admiral Yamakaji, and I guess over the Denden Muji or somebody like speaking over some speakers or something. I'm not sure. It says, send the new Seraphim Pacifista to the fore. The Seraphim Pacifista. Is this the SSG? The Seraphim Pacifista. Is this related to the SSG? Oh. Oh, the Seraphim Pacifista. Anyway, Vice Admiral Yamakaji says Hancock refuses to show herself. And on the Denden Muji, or over the Denden Mushi, it says, please activate the recording cameras. Or aye. Not aye. And then we see the Kuja Warriors. It says, who is that? I can't fight a little girl her size. And then it said, chapter, she's so strong. Plus, she looks like, bro, we see this little, it's like this little, I guess it's the Seraphim Pacifista, but it's like this little girl looking, it looked like somebody from Sky P, like one of the Sky Races. Cause you see the wings, and she like blasting out these like beams, and the eyes. Oh, those some creepy eyes. It kind of looked like Boa a little bit. I mean, I don't know. You can't really see her face, but I'm just looking at like the bang. She kind of got like that bang, kind of like Boa, and just kind of off how the Kuja Warriors are acting. They're like, she kind of looks like. Who else would it look like that's connected with the Kuja Warriors, right? Boa, you know that. Plus, the Navy has connection with Boa. Her being a Shichibukai, or have been a Shichibukai. So I'm assuming that's who she looked like, you know. And if you just kind of look at the silhouette of it, the bang it kind of looked like the same bang that Boa has. But then it got like wings with fire on the back, so it's like a Lunarian. Bro, this has to be SSG related. Oh, bro, come on, we talking about this later. So we see this little girl with wings and the fire flame on her back attacking the Kuja Warriors. Bro, this is wild. And then the Navy looks out and they see a ship and it says, watch your stern, all battleships. And somebody says, huh? What's that? Be careful. On shore, we've got pirates. And it says the Emperor Blackbeard and his crew have just showed up. Ah, it's a sea quake. Ah. And then we hear Z ha ha. Yo, this is wild. It says the Neptunians are going to notice. Bro. Yeah, they are on the calm belt, right? Bro, Mr. Z ha ha, it has arrived in full effect to start some stuff. Bro, this is wild. What does Blackbeard want with the Kuja Warriors, though? I'm I'm confused. Oh my, bro, this post chapter discussion is gonna be. Telling you. So we got Blackbeard and his crew. We got Katarina Devine to the left, and I forget that guy's name. Is that I think it might be Vasco Shot or something like that. Vasco something. I don't remember. And he says, "Z ha, I've come for your pirate empress. I won't let I won't let the Navy have your power." What does he want with Boa's power? Bro. Yo, this would have been the last thing I would have predicted that Teach wants. Boa? Let's go. Katarina says, Maroon, hoo 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 hoo. Oh, Hancock, that beautiful face. I love to cut off her head to be my latest treasure. And Blackbeard said, she's all yours as long as I get those powers. Bro, Blackbeard wants Boa's powers. And then Vasco, or whatever his name is, says, come on, don't you want to take her back with us alive so we can be good friends with her? Bro. Blackbeard wants Boa's powers. I don't. What do you say to that? Let's. Oh my goodness. Let's continue. Then one of the vice admirals says, I guess over to Din Din Bushi, they said, Vice Admiral Yamakaji, I gave us the order to attack Blackbeard. Wait for clearance from HQ. And then Blackbeard says, I'm not here for you lot. And then we just see him like hit the we see him just hit the air, with Whitebeard's ability. Oh, bro, Blackbeard, bro. Blackbeard done changed the game, bro. And Blackbeard says, get out here, Hancock. Or get out here, Boa Hancock. And then we see Koby. And Koby says, I suppose it was inevitable that pirates would try to assimilate the former warlords. Maybe Koby is going to help Boa. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm assuming. Maybe he might protect Boa and bring her to Luffy or something. Hey, oh my goodness, this chapter, bro. This chapter has been ridiculous. And then I think it's Koby talking. He says, "Please, Hancock, the Navy does not want to fight you. We'll simply take you into custody and leave. I promise." And then we see them, Boa's sisters, and they said, "Let us handle him, sister. Don't get full of yourself, Koby, the so-called hero." Okay, Koby is being called the hero. The hero of what though? Like what made him a hero? Hey, I'm for it though, bro. Like I like you, bro. This is another thing. This is another thing. The reason why I say Kobe is like mirroring Garp's career, bro. I'm telling you, the hero. Smoker was never called the hero. Come on now. Come on now. Boss says this is nonsense. I will not belong to anyone. I follow no man's orders. And we see her put her foot down, and they say, "Don't do it, sister." And we see some guys. They said, "Save us, Commodore Teach. Nothing works against this one." And Blackbeard says, "Huh?" And he says, "Whoa, you kidding me? White hair, brown skin, black wings. Oh, so this that little pacifista thing. This the sapphire pacifista, which could be the SSG. I'm thinking, and again, bro, theories later, man. Theories later. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. But Blackbeard's sweating though. Blackbeard is sweating. So we see the little pacifista like facing off with Blackbeard. Bro, Blackbeard about to face off against a pacifista, the new pacifista, the new and improved pacifista, which I think might be related to the SSG. So, Blackbeard says, "Hey, what gives? Did that one kid beat you all?" And then the pacifista looks like it goes in for attack for Blackbeard, and Blackbeard says, "PX." And then I think it cuts like a portion of Boa's island. Oh my, these things are dangerous. These things are dangerous. It says, "Is that a pacifista then?" Ah, blast it. They've got a little kid pacifista. What does it mean? And then the pacifist goes in for attack, but we see Blackbeard block it with his arm coated in armament hockey. So he says, "Wow, it's huge." Yo, Blackbeard, bro, this little pacifista is giving look like he's giving Blackbeard some trouble. Look like it's giving Blackbeard some trouble. Hey, kind of looking at the pacifista, like looking at the eyes, it look like it might have like the same eyes Mihawk got. Right? Kind of look like the eyes of Mihawk. A little bit. I mean, it's hard to kind of tell from this distance, but it got some unique eyes for sure. So it has like eyes of Mihawk. Um, it looked like it had like its bangs were kind of like boas, but maybe it was that one panel. I could be wrong. It has like the Lunarian wings with the fire, bro, bro. So Blackbeard does a black hole and covers the whole ground of darkness, and then we see Boa doing her slave arrow, like turning a bunch of the Marines into stone, and even I think Helmeppo was even caught and turned into stone. And Koby says, I think it's Koby screaming. He says, Helmeppo, Vice Admiral Yamakaji, stop the pacifista. He'll shatter everyone turned to stone. That's an order. Stop. And then Boa says, perfume. So Boa turns him into stone, and I guess the pacifista might end up killing everybody. Shit's getting wild, bro. This chapter is just wow. This is wildness, bro. This chapter is wildness. This new pacifista, bro. I got my thoughts on. See, everybody talk about like that scar that Mihawk has. I think it has something to do with the SSG or this pacifista. I'm assuming this pacifista is what the SSG is. And I've stated, like, a lot of people say, "Oh, what you think the scar is?" I think Mihawk probably got that scar from the fighting the pacifista, right? Probably defeated it, but it was like it still was strong enough to, you know, give Mihawk a injury. Also, we see Blackbeard. He has his hold on Boa, and we see Koby right there in between them. And Blackbeard says, "Z ha 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 ha." They say, "Snake Princess, he's nullified her powers." Boa says, "Unhand me, you filthy creature." And then we see Katarina Devine, and I think that's Vasco shot. I think that's his name. And he says, "So I guess the Pirate Empress title wasn't just for show." So yeah, they're turned in the stone, right? Blackbeard's crew, and then we get the bounties. We get Boa, former warlord of the sea, Pirate Empress Boa Hancock, bounty at 1.659 billion berries, and then we got Mr. Zihaha Blackbeard himself sitting at a nice 3.996 billion berry bounty. So he is ahead of Mihawk. Makes sense though. Again, Mihawk, his bounty was frozen, so he couldn't really, it just got unfrozen recently. So while Blackbeard was doing a bunch of stuff, so yeah, it makes sense. Plus, Blackbeard's a Yonko and more of a threat to the world than Mihawk, so it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Blackbeard says, "Look what you've done. You turned all my idiots into stone." And then Koby says, "What can I do? Everyone's made of stone." What? But where's the pacifista? Did they defeat the pacifista? I don't know where the pacifista is. Like they're just kind of ignoring the pacifista at the moment. He says, "I've been hoping to get your powers. Huh. This power is nothing without my beauty," says Boa. "Kill me and your followers will remain petrified. The next wielder of the fruit cannot undo the spell." And then Koby's thinking Boa Hancock's toughness is beyond anything I imagined. Bro. This chapter, oh my goodness. This chapter, bro. This chapter is just fire. It's not even over yet, and it's already like a 10 out of 10. I'm giving it. It's already a 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5, whatever you want to say. This chapter's just been heat, bro. Blackbeard, Boa, Koby, the new pacifista. Come on, it's not even over yet. That's wild. I thought that last page would have been the last page, but we still got more. We still got more pages. Oh my goodness! I just turned the page. I just turned the page, and it's like it's more heat. It's more heat. So oh god. Yo. Okay, so Blackbeard said this isn't getting us anywhere, is it, Koby, the hero? You helped me out in the Rocky Port incident. Is that Ball talking or is that Blackbeard talking? He said, "Thanks to you, I was able to topple Wang Zi, making me the boss of the pirate island." Okay, so that's Blackbeard talking. He says, "If I let this woman go, do you think she'll play nice and turn me or turn my men back? And Koby says, I need her to put my men back to normal too. And Koby says, and then Boss says, if you both leave without trouble, I will do that. And then Blackbeard says, no, you're lying. I'll let go and you'll turn us to stone necks. And that's the end of it, ain't it? It's impossible for any man not to fall under your spell. And then Blackbeard said, well, I guess I have to kill her. And Koby says, no, don't. The human cost is too great. And then guess who shows up? Guess who shows up? Says, you know I expected a naval siege. And then guess who we see? He says, but not one bold enough to change the shape of the island. I'm sorry for getting here late, Hancock. They said Dark King Rayleigh. Yo, Rayleigh done showed up. Rayleigh done entered the chat. Rayleigh done entered the chat. And he's pulling the sword out ready to fight. He says, hey, you Whitebeard's cabin boy. This isn't very mature of me, but I've never liked you anyway. Yo, that's savage. Ray, like, I know you was a kid, and this just kind of makes me sound like an asshole saying this, but I ain't like you. I ain't even like you as a little idiot you was. You little idiot. And then they say, and Koby says, what? Is that the Silvers Rayleigh? And everybody says, what? And then Rayleigh says, undo the petrification, Hancock. I'll mediate this situation. Nobody here is to overstep their bounds. Just behave yourselves and quietly leave the island. Bro, Rayleigh always coming in to just, you know, just mediate some stuff. Like, hey, it ain't gonna happen around here. All right, I'm here to draw the line. You know what I mean? I'm here to draw the line. If anybody want to fight, y'all can fight me. Y'all could get this knife work. That was kind of like a flashback, right? Like that happened a while ago. I'm still hung up that Blackbeard won at Boa's Devil Fruit, bro. I thought he would have won at Kaido's. I mean, even though Boa do kind of got a pretty tough Devil Fruit, like let's not front about this, right? We cut back to the present day, and somebody said, "I'm just glad everyone's alive. Thank you, Rayleigh." And then we see Shaky or Shakayuka, or Shakuyaku, the Empress of Amazon Lily, 2 generations ago, former captain of the Kuju. Oh, we even get some shaky intel. She was the previous Empress 2 generations ago. Whoa. Okay. So Rayleigh, that's why Rayleigh is so close to Amazon Lily, right? That's why he goes there sometimes, because his woman, and I think that old lady said something about like a previous Empress falling in love. She's talking about Shaky. Okay. Oh man. Shaky says, progress always causes trouble for someone. And then she says, Vegapunk Sea Prism Stone paddle ships mean the Calm Belt isn't as safe for us as it was before. And then the old lady says, the Navy sieged their new weapons, Blackbeard's arrival. I thought there was Neo saving us. And Ray says, quite frankly, it was only the particulars of the situation that made it possible to save her. At my age, I couldn't have possibly won. Hey, but Rayleigh's still respectable though. So he says in the head-to-head fight against Blackbeard, and then he says, so the Navy thinks those new weapons are a replacement for the warlords, eh? And then I think her name's Marigold. I don't remember the two Boa sisters' name, but they said the big one says even by the end, and then the other one says there wasn't a single scratch on those two. And then we see the pacifista up close, and it says it was so strange because I could swear one of them looked identical to our sister as a child. Hey, so there was one that looked like Boa. There was two of them? I just realized there was two of them. I thought there was one. I don't know why I got my headphones on, but whatever. I already got them on. It is what it is. So okay, so like y'all said, there are a bunch of them that look different, right? And then we see a ship leaving, and it says that's right. We'll proceed to aid ahead and dock the ship. As for the abducted Captain Koby, the hero of the Rocky Port incidents, Captain Koby has been kidnapped by Blackbeard pirate status unknown. So this whole time, wow, that is a bomb to end this chapter on. This whole time I was thinking when they talked about the kidnapping, I'm thinking it was Vivi. No, it was Koby this whole time. I gotta take these off. Why am I got these on? Bruh, bro. Oh my goodness, this chapter, this chapter was wild, bro. Like after last chapter, hold on, I got some. After last chapter, I'm like, bro, that was a great chapter. I loved it, but bro, this chapter. But yeah, okay, man. So what do I say about this chapter, bro? So okay, first we start this chapter. The beginning of the chapter was kind of it's wild. The part where we got Marco and Shanks and the Straw Hats. That was the low part of the chapter. That was the low part of the chapter. But we got Shanks dropping off Marco back to Sphinx Island, right? And we get a bit of a flashback towards like the end of Wano, where Marco pretty much said his goodbyes to Luffy and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go catch this ship, go hitch a ride with them." That ship happened to be Shanks. I don't know if he knew that already, but yeah, he caught a ride with Shanks, and then we see the conversation that Yamato and Luffy had. Pretty much, Luffy invited Yamato to the ship. So for all the people acting like the Straw Hats didn't want Yamato on the ship, that's not how it was. It was they invited her, but she said no because she wanted to stay to protect Wano, be the protector of Wano, which some people speculated. That's not what I speculated. I thought she would go on a journey with the Straw Hats, but technically she's still a Straw Hat. So I wasn't wrong. I just wasn't right. I wasn't 100% right. She's not. She's a Straw Hat, but she's not on the ship. Okay, she's still staying at Wano. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So we also cut to the Kuja Empire, right? Boa's Island, the Kuja Warriors, the Kuja Pirate Crew, whatever. And we got Boa there reminiscing, talking about how she want to be with Luffy and all that. Of course, she's missing her boo thing. She's missing her boo thing. But we cut back. We get kind of a flashback of what happened before. And we learned so much in this mini little flashback, and it was just so crazy. It's so much action going on. First, the Kuja warriors are being sieged by the Navy, or the Marines are sieging the island, and they brought with them two PX or two Pacifista Saphirum. I think that's what they call them, Saphirum, right? Two or Seraphim, two Pacifista Seraphim, which look like two kids, right? But they kind of look like a mixture of Lunarians. One of them looked like Boa. The other one most likely looked like Mihawk because the eyes, you know what I'm saying? And these two pacifists are just causing all type of havoc on the island. They strong. They strong. They are strong. But guess who decides to show up? Guess who decides to show up? Mr. Zihaha Blackbeard shows up because he is after Boa's devil fruit ability. What? He's after Boa Hancock's devil fruit ability. Out of all the devil fruits he wants Boa's devil fruit. That is a wild thing. I mean, hey, turning people into stone. Hey, I'm just saying that's not. Blackbeard can make it work, especially with the other devil fruits. He turn you into stone and he quake you. Come on, bro. What can you do, bro? But how does it work with him if he gets it? Like, it works like we know how it works with Boa. Is she entices men, right? She uses their lust, and once they lust over her, she turns them into stone. So would it work differently with Blackbeard? Does he still need to have people lusting after him? Because he's not exactly a man of the year candidate when we talking like looks, right? He's no Boa. He's not a heartthrob. So I'm just saying. But he wants her devil fruit. And you know, just a lot, just this whole battle's happening. It got to a point where even Blackbeard end up going toe to toe with one of these pacifistas, right? These seraphims, right? Now it doesn't really show what happened, like how he got out of that fight, because next thing you know, he's talking to, or he got like Boa in his clutches, and he's nullifying her ability, and he's pretty much like, look, if I don't kill you, you're gonna turn me and Koby into stone. Koby's like, hey, let her go, right? Let her go. She killed some of our men. She killed some of your men, and so yeah, Blackbeard pretty much got Boa, and you know, he's pretty much threatened to kill her, you know, and he's almost to the point where he's just gonna kill her. He's like, whatever, I'm gonna kill her. But guess who shows up? Rayleigh shows up to come make the save, and obviously it works because Blackbeard leaves, and you know, Koby leaves. But we gonna talk about that as well. But Blackbeard leaves, and the whole threat is going, and the Kuja pirates are on their islands, you know, kind of talking about everything that happened. We learned that Shaky was she was a previous empress of the Snake Island, or the Kuja warriors, right? She was a previous empress of the Kuja warriors. Man, bro, this is wild. And we learned that one of the pacifista looked exactly like Boa, which I kind of assumed. That one of the pacifistas was going to look like Boa just based on the reaction of one of the pirates earlier. So yeah, there's that. And then this chapter ends with the news of Koby being kidnapped. Koby, the hero of the Rocky Port incident, being kidnapped. So that was like the third headline that we got, right? We got the someone got assassinated, which that ended up being supposedly Sabo killing the Nefertari king Kober. The other one was the dissolution of the warlords, and the third one was a kidnapping, which lo and behold is Kobe. Bruh, there's so much to talk about. So about some of these big moments, man. Just so like, where do we start? Where do we start with this? So we know that we already knew that the Marines were going to be attacking the Kuja pirates. So that was already kind of the fact that this battle going on this island, it's not shocking that it's happening, right? But everything that came about it, right? Like the new pacifista, right? Like I kind of figured that they might have the pacifista along with them attacking these warlords, so that made sense. Uh, but learning that they look like Lunarian, like they have like the Lunarian wings and the fire and everything, and one of them looked like Boa, the other one looked possibly like Mihawk, had the eyes, so they look like previous warlords, bro. Like, yo, we got we got a hint of what the SSG is, I think, right? Which now I'm looking at the SSG. Is that like maybe the Shichibukai Seraphims or something? I don't know. I don't know. That has yet to be answered. You know what SSG actually means. So we get to look at the new Pacifista program, which I think again is the SSG. How strong they are. They was even causing Blackbeard problems, bro. Like, come on now. And then Blackbeard shows up. And guess what? He's looking for Boa's devil fruit. See, before I theorized that Blackbeard was potentially trying to get Kaido's devil fruit, or maybe even Luffy's devil fruit, right? And then when he talked about going on his move, everybody speculated what could he be wanting? What could he want? Poneglyphs, ancient weapons? No, he is trying to get Boa's devil fruit. What is so important to teach about Boa's devil fruit? Is it just that the ability to turn people into stone, or is it something else? I don't know. I don't know. Why does he want Boa specifically? There's so many powerful devil fruits out there. But what make Boa's so unique for him? You know what I mean? Like, what makes Boa's devil fruit so unique for him? Bro, I don't know. I have no idea in the slightest where to go with that. I don't know. I have no idea in the slightest. And then Rayleigh shows up. You know, it was good to see Rayleigh showing up. And with Rayleigh showing up, we learned that Shaky was a previous empress of the Kuja warriors. I feel like maybe somebody speculated that. I don't know. But that'll be wild. Like, I gotta I gotta see this. That was a bomb. That was a bit of a bomb right there. That was a bit of a bomb, though, to learn that she was a previous empress. And it kind of, I think the old lady talked about how one of the previous emperors fell in love as well. So Shaky being with Rayleigh, falling in love with Rayleigh, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that she was the one that the old lady was talking about. You know, man, that's, bro. This chapter, hey, it's a lot to talk about. Uh, Also with the pacifista, do each of these pacifista look like different warlords? Like, so we seen one look like Boa, the other one had the Mihawk eyes, so I'm assuming it, or I think it had Mihawk's eyes, so I'm assuming it was like the Mihawk pacifista Seraphim. Is there a law one? Is there a Blackbeard one? Is there a I mean, we seen Kuma, the normal Kuma pacifista, so I don't know if they got a pacifista seraphim that look like Kuma. But is there one crocodile, Doflamingo, Weevil? Bro, so many questions. So many questions. And then the finality, the finale is Koby, bro. Koby got kidnapped. He is a prisoner of Blackbeard. So this is gonna be like Luffy possibly having to save Koby. As that might be where this leads. Luffy possibly having to save Koby. You know, is Boa gonna help Luffy save Koby? I don't know. I don't know. But hey, I, bro, this I really don't know what to say about this chapter, man. I love this chapter, but it's just so many questions. You know, anyway, y'all, I'm gonna leave it with that. You know, I'm not gonna speculate too much on here. I'm gonna drop another video with speculations and all that stuff. I just needed to talk about that chapter. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was kind of hard for me to record this chapter reaction. So much stuff going on. Like, I mean, just as crazy as this chapter was, and then so much stuff going on with the recording, things happening. I'm sorry if this doesn't come out like as like my other chapter reactions come out, but a lot going on right now. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyway, y'all, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitch so you could catch my live streams live and you can engage with me in real time. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and join the Discord and be a part of my community. Right? We talk One Piece, we talk Berserk, we talk all kinds of stuff. So make sure you join the Discord and follow me on Twitch as well. Follow me on Twitch. That's important. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P, the Blunt Guy, and I'm out of here. Peace.